We'll now have a look at a problems and solutions kind of essay. Let's read the question together. Plastic bags, plastic bottles, and plastic packaging are bad for the environment. What damage does plastic do to the environment? What can be done by governments and individuals to solve this problem? You see, it is not telling you to take any side. You have to answer specific to the question. I suggest that in the second paragraph, mention all the damages caused by plastic, and in the third paragraph, what governments can do, and in the fourth paragraph, what individuals can do. If you cannot write 5 different paragraphs, you don't have many ideas, you can always say both what governments can do and what individuals can do together in the third paragraph. There are no direct synonyms for plastic, but you can use a chemical nomenclature. Polypropylene, polyvinyl chloride, its abbreviated form is PVC. Polymerized substance, polystyrene, polymer, polyethylene, and synthetic compound. We'll collect some pointers to be written in this essay. First thing is that plastic is detrimental to marine life. These granules found in facial and body scrubs, as well as microplastics found in artificial fibers, are inadvertently ingested by fishes. They mistake them for food. So that is why they have a quick death. It is carcinogenic, that is, it triggers cancer in human beings too. And the foremost problem is that it is non-biodegradable. It takes centuries to decompose. Moving on to the solution, statutes must be enacted and enforced by government. A statute is a law passed by a legislative body. Stringent regulations must be imposed. Stringent is another word for strict. There should be a total ban on single-use plastics. Single-use plastic bags are those which are less than 40 microns. It's only a one-time use. It tends to tear easily. Individually, we can carry our own utensils, also our own cloth or paper bag. We'll start with a paraphrase statement. All materials made from polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, polypropylene, and the like are detrimental to our habitat and surroundings. This essay explicates the banes of their widespread usage and what we as responsible citizens and governmental bodies all over the world can do to allay the perilous effects of plastic. Allay is reduce, perilous is dangerous. I haven't used any quote here, but I've tried to define plastic in my own words. To begin with, plastic is a polymer, so it serves a purpose. Owing to its durability, versatility, affordability, and lightweight, it has penetrated every household and business. That said, it is non-biodegradable and takes years to decompose. Sadly, when left to decompose in sunlight, polymers emit toxic gases. Furthermore, when burnt, they release poisonous substances which engender lung cancer in human beings. Terrestrial animals forage for food in polyethylene bags which contain our daily waste. Once in a while, you would have seen in our streets, dogs and cats tend to tear up the plastic for want of food. This is what I've tried to explain here. Invariably, they tend to eat up pieces of the synthetic compound. Likewise, marine creatures mistake plastic waste for edible food. Polymers contain carcinogenic substances which trigger cancer in all organisms. We ought to take cognizance of losses to farmers. Take cognizance of is understand, recognize. An earthworm is said to be a farmer's friend as it mixes the soil to bring in fertility at the top, but plastic leftovers act as a deterrent to it. Bags of lesser thickness tend to block drainages in cities. Notable setbacks of discarding these hazardous remnants into water bodies are degraded shipping infrastructure and low energy production. What I'm trying to say is that most individuals think that, okay, we put all these bags into the seas and oceans, our earth is clean and the problem is solved. But it is still detrimental to our environment. Notwithstanding improving recycling methods, recycled plastic products are of inferior quality and delays the inevitable. Now we'll see what governments can do to mitigate the damages caused. Governments should interdict single-use plastic. Interdict is prohibit. Statutes should be imposed such that every man, rich or poor, reveres them by abjuring PVCs. Reveres is respects and abjuring is giving up. PVCs, it's an abbreviation of polyvinyl chloride. We already used this term earlier, so now I can use the abbreviation. Awareness programs on the malefic effect should be aggressively carried out for a commoner to wipe out apathy. Apathy is indifference. Indiscriminate use of plastic should be stopped by one and all. An individual should carry his own steel water bottle and container. Bags made from natural fibers and paper should be used. Every business must set an agenda of not issuing plastic bags and if necessary only those which are more than 40 microns. Restaurant owners should annul usage of plastic plates and packaging. Restaurants are one of the biggest contributors of plastic. So if they stop providing it, then the amount of plastic would reduce drastically. Annul is totally stop. No doubt, paper and wooden packaging may not do the job well apart from reducing profit margin, but monetary benefits have to take a backseat. Similarly, dustbin bags have to be eco-friendly. Cosmetic companies need to resort to making solidified products to obviate the use of attractive bottles and switch to paper packaging. Finally, the conclusion. To recapitulate, I would like to iterate that not only plutocrats, industrialists, and politicians, but also proletarians need to practice abstinence. Plutocrats is those who have the power of wealth. Abstinence is stopping the use of something, not touching them at all. Proletarians are commoners. It's a very good word again, which can be used across all IELTS essays. After all, steps towards environmental protection need to be actuated, need to be started. Someone has to get going. You can now go ahead and take a snapshot of the meanings as well and ensure that you write all of them.